Hi again, everybody. It is Father's Day weekend. So, as we get started, want to wish all of the dads out there a happy Father's Day. Hopefully, you have a wonderful weekend and you get to do whatever you want to do. For some people, that might be take a nap, put the feet up, relax, maybe go play golf, whatever you want to do. I do know this, one of the traditions of the Father's Day weekend is the U.S. Open Golf Championship, which is going on at Pinehurst number 2, one of the great courses in all America and all the world, really. It's one of the top courses anywhere. And want to thank you. Oh, we got to put the comments on. I got to put the comments on. All right. Hopefully we get some comments today. Everybody stop by, say hello if you'd like. Bring up a topic. Put something in there that we want to talk about, or maybe you want to talk about. But can't thank everybody enough for checking us out here on the 9-Minute Phill-up. But back to the U.S. Open. U.S. Open Championship, it's one of the four majors. Absolutely sensational tournament, absolutely sensational course at Pinehurst number 2 this year. And for WTOV9 and the 9-Minute Phill-up, we have our own intrepid reporter, Weirton area attorney, Joe Nogue. He had an opportunity to speak with us earlier in the week, give us a preview of what was going to go on at Pinehurst number 2. And throughout the week, he's been sending us videos of the tournament, behind the scenes looks early in the morning. Well, he joins us now. And not only is he a Weirton area attorney now, he needs to add WTOV9 reporter because he is the man on the scene. Joe, take it away.
Good morning, viewers. It's Friday morning, another beautiful day in Pinehurst. Great leaderboard. We've got Patrick Cantley. We've got Rory McIlroy at the top of the leaderboard. Should be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun indeed. Joe, thank you very much. And there is Rory McIlroy, one of the leaders at the U.S. Open after the first round. There's Xander Schauffele. All of this video courtesy of Joe. Xander Schauffele was near the top of the leaderboard as well. He's in the thick of things, won the PGA Championship. And there is the Putter Boy, a statue that is basically the logo and the signature for Pinehurst number 2. Joe, thank you very much. The U.S. Open, it continues all weekend long. So we can't thank Joe enough for the video and for doing a stand-up there down at Pinehurst number 2. And he said that is the thing that they say. When it's a nice day, he said the traditional thing to say is another beautiful day at Pinehurst. And it's a beautiful day. And hopefully more great golf this weekend because the leaderboard features a number of the top golfers in the world. Rory McIlroy, he hasn't won a major in a number of years now. People are wondering if he's ever going to win again. Maybe this is the year where he can get that done. He's been playing well, has won some tournaments, so it'll be interesting to see Rory McIlroy. I'm kind of rooting for Rory. I like Rory. Xander Schauffele. Cantlay, he is a tough guy to beat. He just doesn't give up. So we are around in. Now, I want to remind everybody that coming up today at 1 o'clock on WTOV9, we will have second round action of the U.S. Open. That's today at 1 o'clock on WTOV9. The U.S. Open, 124th U.S. Open. That's on WTOV9 at 1. And because of that coverage, I want to remind everyone, tonight, News 9 Live at 5, News 9 at 6. Those will be on Fox 9. So watch the golf at 1. It goes until 7. And then if you want to watch the news at 5 and 6, just turn it over to Fox 9. You'll find the news there. And then this weekend, we have the third and fourth round. Both begin at noon, Saturday and Sunday on WTOV9. And Joe, can't thank you enough again for the coverage of the U.S. Open. We're going to stick with sports for one more second. Boston Celtics are going to look to close out the Dallas Mavericks in the championship series. And then, of course, unfortunately for Jordan, producer extraordinaire, the resident Edmonton Oilers fan, it's not gone well. It's not gone well. It's basically over. It's basically over. We don't want to tell her that. We don't want to extinguish all the hope. But they're down 3-0 after last night's game where they were down 4-1, and then the Oilers came back. Connor McDavid, her favorite player on the Oilers, couple assists late, but they fall 4-3, and they're now down 3-0. So they are an uphill battle. I think she's even thinking maybe it's over. But Florida, I think it's the better team. It's in both series. It seems like that's it. Celtics are the better team, and Florida, they're the better team in the NHL Stanley Cup Final. Oh, we have some comments. Here we go. Got to put the glasses on so I can see what's going on. All right. Oh, we have Karen up first. Karen, happy morning. Happy Flag Day. Amen. Happy Flag Day indeed. Ron, what do we have? So there are total difference courses they play on. Pinehurst and Oakmont both get tournament 2 times in 10-year spans. That is because those two courses are probably the two best courses, two toughest courses, two traditional tests for the U.S. Open. I've been to Oakmont to cover the U.S. Open twice. Had the opportunity to do a preview story and got to play around there with the pro, and it is unbelievable. Now, the fairways are big, and you have plenty of room to maneuver. It's not tight. You don't feel like, oh, it's just a really tight course. It's really hard that way. But when they grow that rough up, if you are off the fairway at all, you are in trouble. The treacherous part about both of these courses, it's the greens. Oakmont greens are super, super fast. And then they have false fronts, which if you've never played them before, you just don't know. So that's why they go in, they practice, they learn that caddies will go and literally walk the green and find out how many yards it is before the false front ends. When I played there, I thought, oh, that's a great shot. It's going to be awesome. And it hit the green. And the pro is there, and he just shook his head. He goes, that's trouble. I said, that's going to be right in the middle of the green. That's the false front. And then I just watched the ball trickle all the way back down. And it did that a number of times, and it's just maddening. But it is the courses are absolutely sensational. And then the Donald Ross design at Pinehurst number 2, they have that bowl-shaped green where it's very difficult to hold the green if you don't hit the ball exactly where you're supposed to hit it. So they are truly the tests of tests with these two courses. And they're two courses that don't take much time to set up, where a lot of courses, they'll spend a year, they'll get the rough up, they'll do the X, Y, and Z, not to trick up the course, because most of the U.S. Open courses, you have some of them that are getting a little bit shorter so the players can take advantage of them. But Oakmont and the Donald Ross Pinehurst number 2, they are just two sensational courses, and that's why they get two tournaments a year, two of the toughest courses in the world. Oakmont, it said it is, many people believe it is the toughest course, and it would take no time to set it up for the U.S. Open. So lots going on with there. Ron, good question. All right, Suzanne, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. I can see when you retire living beside a golf course. Well, yeah, okay. We can do that. Maybe. Yeah, that or a pool. Just kind of float around in the pool. I like, or the ocean. If I float around the ocean too much, maybe I'll get eaten by a shark. You never know. Anyways, the universe is speaking to everybody. If you saw the description, we had the U.S. Open report with Joe, and now the White Buffalo. And the universe is speaking to everybody, and it's just one of those things where rare occasions, things that happen, and then they're explained. And certain people, certain groups of people, they have different thoughts about things, what they mean, and how they're interpreted. And it's very, very interesting. So the White Buffalo, and this is a story we had in the morning show, and I just think it's fantastic, just because. All right, the white buffalo, extremely rare occurrence. Now, a white buffalo calf has been born in Yellowstone National Park. Now, the birth of the white buffalo is sacred in Native American culture, specifically for Lakota people. The calf's existence fulfills a Lakota prophecy that better times are near. Now, here's the interesting thing. There's another side to the coin, and here you go. But its birth is also a warning that there's not enough being done to protect the earth and its animals. So that's the position of it with the Lakota people and Native Americans. And then the spiritual leader of the Lakota people compared his people's view on the calf's birth to the second coming of Jesus Christ. So this is how big this situation is in terms of this white buffalo being born in Yellowstone National Park. Now, if you decide you're going to head out to Yellowstone National Park to see the buffalo, to see the white buffalo, perhaps, if you're lucky enough to see it, do not get out of your car. Stay on the paths that they want you to stay on. Do not go and decide that you want to get an up-close personal picture with the buffalo, because that's not going to work out real well. Just ask the 83-year-old woman that was gored by one of the buffalo a few weeks ago. I believe she survived, but it's one of those things where that is a big animal. That is like 2,000 pound animal. It's like a ton worth of animal. And you don't want to get out and actually, say hello to the buffalo. Go, oh, hello, buffalo. And then the buffalo goes, I don't really like you. I don't know who you are. But the interest, so I just think it's one of those things where every once in a while you go, is the universe listening? Well, apparently the universe is. And the white buffalo is here. And Just a very interesting story. And again, it's just, what people see, what people believe, what people think, and it's just one of those things where you sit back and learn from the experience, learn from what other people believe, learn from what other people understand as what this means to them. You can learn from other people, and it's one of those amazing moments where it seems like a simple thing, it seems like a rarity, an oddity, where there's this white buffalo, but for the entire Native American society, for the indigenous people of North America, for the Lakota people specifically, the spiritual leader relates it to the second coming of Christ. So it's one of those things where you just sit back, learn, do some research, and just study up on it a little bit, and it's very, very interesting. So this has me ready to go and do some research on not only the white buffalo but the Lakota people, what they believe, and just see what happens. But it's an amazing event, and it seems like a little thing, just kind of out there, but it's not. It means quite a bit to a lot of people. Let's see, Suzanne, I think it's pretty cool to see white buffalo being born. That's why we need to tune in to News 9 Sunrise to Steve Sor. Amen. There you go. We're gonna bring you all kinds of stories. You just never know. We'll get off the beaten path. We'll get off the beaten path, and we'll go to overtime every day on the 9 Minute Phill-up. I know that because we're at overtime now. But I totally agree. We try and find different things. All right, this weekend in Canis, Boss Bison Ranch, they have the baby bison calves. They let the children play with them. Native Americans will be there to tell those stories. Ron, this is great information because I didn't know that. That's something that would be very interesting to go to. I'm gonna maybe have to check that out this weekend. But if you didn't know about this, maybe take advantage of that. Ron giving us the info. All right, so we've covered the U.S. Open. We've covered the white buffalo, and just in case you were wondering, Taylor Swift announced that her tour is going to come to an end in December. I don't know what we're going to do without her. She's only, I mean, she's up to what is it? 86 dates or Jordan right on top of the Taylor Swift stuff. 100 shows now for Taylor Swift, and she's causing earthquakes in Scotland, Edinburgh, on the decibel, not the decibel meter, but the Geological Society on the Richter scale. It's like at 106. So it's a minor earthquake. All three of her performances in Edinburgh, the same thing happened each night when the concert was going on. So Taylor Swift causing earthquakes in Europe. Just let that sink in. That's something for the universe. All right. And that is, I think we're going to call it right there. But before we go, I'm going to wish everyone another happy Father's Day. Have a wonderful weekend. Dad, I know you'll be watching this later. Love you. Happy Father's Day. So have a great weekend. Before I start crying, we're going to get going. 2 rules. Have fun and try your best. Have a great weekend, everybody.